Hello George, thank you for joining us today. I was just wondering if you were okay to answer a couple of questions on the subjects of your passion for rugby.
Yeah, absolutely.
So question one is, how did your passion for rugby come about?
Well, I'm from a rugby family. Like my dad and my uncle both played rugby.
Yeah.
Both for South Yorkshire and for the local schools. So when I was little, my dad just said one day you're gonna play rugby. So I just went along with him, and I've stuck with it ever since. 13 years.
Question two, have you ever had any severe injuries whilst playing the sport? And if so, has this ever hindered the way that you wanted to play?
Well, it's a full contact sport, so I've done pretty much everything. I've broken toe, finger, wrist twice, and the worst one was when I dislocated my knee.
Ouch.
And it was there on me, so it wasn't nice.
Have you had a supportive mentor throughout practicing? And if so, are there any tips you can give out?
Yeah, so my old coach Chris he's an old rugby league player, so he's taught me pretty much everything I know. And as well as this, I've also worked with a guy called John Dudley, who played it for England a couple times back in the amateur era.
Wow.
He's a proper old school rugby player, so he's always great to just chat to, and he teaches you all the dirty tricks.
In rugby, what makes a good team, and what are the tactics that you have to juggle?
Well, it's a lot more a team game than most sports, so you've really got to gel with everyone and make sure everyone's on the same wavelength. Because there's no positions where you can get away with just like winging it. You have to be well drilled, and you have to just make sure that you're all doing the right thing. Because if one screw goes loose, it all falls apart.
Yeah. Do you watch a lot of rugby on TV?
Yeah, so I watch most of the Premiership, and also currently there's the Autumn Internationals, which a lot of big games because we've got Australia, we've got South Africa, and all the big teams are coming over, so I'll be watching that.
What is the most memorable match that you've ever played?
We once played a match in a cup. It was a cup final against Treorchy, and we played in Devon, and they were a Welsh team. I remember we lost. We had a try disallowed, and we lost by a single try, and we were so annoyed. But we later found out at our age group they were the #1 team in Wales, so we were pretty proud of themselves, even though we didn't win.
Yeah. How's the season going so far?
Well, in the York St John team, it's a bit of a mixed bag, because first weekend we absolutely hammered Uni off, which is always a big one. We hammered Huddersfield, and then Newcastle absolutely annihilated us. So it's not going particularly well, but it has had some positives.
Yeah, and it's just the start.
Yeah.